What's up, everybody? I'm Brian from I Want Tesla, and today I'm installing my floor I got from Swisstrax. Let me show you. This Swisstrax material, I know no one's on yet, but this Swisstrax material is made for a garage floor. It hooks together a lot like Legos, and we are going to be putting this floor down. Well, I'm going to be putting this floor down, not you guys, but I'm going to show you the garage, and look at all these boxes of material that I have here. It's exciting, finally getting the garage floor done. This is well needed. This is very well needed because the reason I'm getting this floor and not doing an epoxy floor, there's standing water. Teslas leak water because the batteries are liquid cooled, and that creates condensation and it drips down, and plus when it rains, you know, you get water just build up. Well, this garage floor, if you look here, there's water spots that stay there, and it gets a pretty big puddle. You can see footprints, and the car is usually here, and then there's another one that's usually there. But this is the doorway to go in my house. So I'm putting this floor down, which will allow the water to go through, still be able to evaporate because there's plenty of holes here, and and we have this really nice floor that's really smooth. Again, this is made by Swisstrax, and this is probably the best known company out there for plastic flooring. They usually make the ones with ridges. Well, I went with this one because this one is actually 100% recycled plastic. Kind of goes along with the whole Tesla theme, being eco-friendly, and this is smooth. Normally the Swisstrax have those curves, and it's kind of bumpy. This is nice and smooth, so if I get one of those chairs to go around the car and detail the car out, it'll roll on this really nice. Plus, this has good traction, so pretty happy with it. It comes in limited colors with the eco-friendly kind. I got the gray and the black, obviously, but I wanted to get a red, but they didn't have a red that was close to the Tesla red, like on the wall there. It was more of a burgundy color, and it didn't look good for the garage here. So this will match the walls pretty well. And then I have a black that will be a nice accent or a contrasting color. I'm gonna start here with the door. I'm gonna start here with the door. You get these little ramp pieces so you can drive over and get up all the way onto the garage. But before I did that this morning, I took an angle grinder with a diamond blade. Let me show you this thing. It's a good camera shot here. I took an angle grinder with a diamond blade and cut grooves into the floor. So now when the car leaks water, it is going to track along here and go out the garage. I know it's not a straight line. I'm covering it up so no one's going to see it. But hopefully that will stop the water from getting over into there, and it'll get out of the garage. So the live chat's available, super chats are available. My lovely wife is going to be helping out. Would you like to say hi?
Hi, everybody.
She's going to be helping out with the computer while I do some work, and some of the questions she's going to ask me, I'll answer to them. It's pretty echoey in here because of the floor, and the floor should actually help the echo get better, not get worse. It should help the echo for when I do film in here quite a bit, because look at this. All the Patreon supporters are on the wall. I do have some more. The stickers are coming. There's 4 or 5 more stickers that are going up there, and everyone else's name is up there. I think there's 50, we have like 56 Patreon supporters. 66 Patreon supporters. And you guys are the reason I'm able to do this floor. But if you're interested in the floor, I'll have in the description the guy to contact at Swisstrax. He gave me an awesome deal, and he's gonna hook you guys up with an awesome deal as well with this material. You can get all sorts of stuff. They have a flat, smooth surface one where there's no holes, or whatever you want. They have a bunch of stuff on there, but use my name when you call. I think his name is Jacob, but I'll have all the information down below, his cell phone number to call, and I'm gonna get started on this floor. I'll set you guys up here. And if you have any questions, feel free. You can use this as a question and answer video as well. And I'm gonna get started. This stuff goes together really easy. Just snaps right in. Just like that. I mean, you probably didn't see that because it's that one. And these front pieces just clip right in. I mean, this could not be any easier. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket surgeon to do this. So I'm gonna get this front piece done, and then we're gonna center it.
Brian, you might want to move those boxes out of the way because I can't see.
Oh. And I do have a pattern that I'm going to do that I'm going to kind of reveal as we do it. I'm not doing a checkered theme at all. It's going to be mostly gray. I bought mostly gray, and I do have a kind of a cool theme. You probably guess what it is. You can see this goes down really fast. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's actually perfect because then I can center it for my design.
Stereotype says hello from Germany.
Hey, what's up? Let me show you this. So as you saw, this goes down really, really fast. And this edge you want to put on first. You want to start with the garage door. Now, I have a little concrete lip here, so I can't go all the way up to the garage door, but I'm just using that concrete as my starting point. And then I'm going to work off of that. I'm going to put all the big pieces down and then worry about all the cuts afterwards. It's pretty easy, but still going to be out of breath today.
Okay. Get some exercise.
Yeah, I need some.
Chris posted a picture of a smiley face with sunglasses. I don't know if that's a call out for evil Brian or negative Brian.
Negative Brian did help me with the grooves, and you'll see that video on Tuesday. I'll have a whole kind of a working video of what we did. He helped me, my brother helped me, my twin brother helped me.
And did you want to tell everybody that you have a really, really exciting video coming out on Monday?
I do. If you're watching this live, I do have a, how would you put it? I do have an uplifting video coming out Monday, so stay tuned Monday morning. It's going to be an exciting video. It's probably the only hint I'm going to give.
It is definitely a must-see.
It is definitely a must-see, and I'm excited for it. Something I've been working on for a while.
And we're going to post a sneak peek on Patreon, correct?
Yes.
So if you're a Patreon supporter, we're going to post it, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to post a sneak peek of what's coming Monday. Basically to allow people to, well, everyone on Patreon, well, not everyone, the $20 a month is where it's going to be. But the $20 a month patrons are going to be able to get everything first, that I come out with, any new products or anything like that, they're gonna have a sneak peek of everything. So that's where it's gonna post Saturday, probably in the afternoon. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
so if you're a $20 Patreon, check out tomorrow afternoon.
Plus you get a sticker on the wall with your name, everyone gets to see it. And you can put your business on underneath your name, because I do film a lot in front of that wall there, and everyone can see your business name. A lot like Tony Pham there. He's the one who makes those license plate brackets. And you can go check him out there.
Jerry Jones says, hey.
What's up? I'm curious to know if anybody has this kind of floor out there.
So there's a question from 4AMM3R. In the latest video, you went to Home Depot, and it reminded me of months ago when you posted a video of your Model 3 with boards for your Model 3. Were they 8 foot?
Yes, from Home Depot. I got those boards. They were 8-foot boards at Home Depot, but I've been to the lumber yard, and you can actually fit a 10-foot boards in the Model 3 with the trunk closed. You still have about 6 to 8 inches before the screen, so you can buy 1x10s or 10-foot 1x10s or whatever.
That reminds me of the video you're doing very soon about a new little DIY project. That's exciting too.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of videos that are pretty cool that I'm working on. But yeah, you can fit a 10-foot board in the Model 3. The front seat doesn't fold flat like you would think it would, because Elon said you could fit a surfboard in there, but he was talking about a 6-foot surfboard. You do have enough room to rest it on the armrest in between you. So go use the Model 3 as a lumber vehicle.
And Joe says, hey Karen, glad to see your recovery is coming along. Broke me and my wife's heart to see Brian get emotional when first talking about when it happened. Much love to both of you from Indiana. Oh, thank you so very much. And I do greatly appreciate all of the thoughts and prayers. It has meant so much to me, and it's made a difference. It's inspired me to keep going and to dig harder every day to improve, and that's what I've been doing. So thank you.
Yeah, she's doing really good recovery. Possibly going back to work next Thursday?
Maybe. Hopefully if the doctor signs me off.
That's why I'm not making her work today here. Lay on the floor.
No, that's not even possible. So for the new watchers, you want to explain a little bit again what you're doing today and where are the products from?
Yes. Let me get this row down here. Oh, I'll show you. This right here is from Swisstrax. It's a company that makes flooring, plastic flooring. Goes for a garage or anywhere really. But it's a nice, it locks together like Legos. Your car can drive over top of this, it won't break. There's all those points there that hold up the car. It's 5/8 of an inch thick. They do make thicker material that has more of a rigid, bumpy feel. I went with this because this is 100% recycled plastic. It goes with the whole Tesla theme, and it's smooth. So you can roll something on this. You can put a jack stand on this. My jack with the rollers, it'll be easy to take along here. I can get a stool with some wheels and go around and clean the wheels easier because the ground is really low for me. I'm 6'5", so it is nice to be able to get on the ground and not be on concrete. Plus, I do have some water that stays in here that the water will fall between the holes there and have a chance to dry without everyone stepping in it and tracking that into the house.
So that leads me to Chris has a question about how do you control the water drainage?
So I control the water drainage right now I just cut this groove in the concrete, so hopefully the water will track out of the garage, so it won't puddle there. But the water will there's so many holes here, the water will evaporate just like it does now, but it takes a while to evaporate, and we're stepping in it for a couple days. This way we're stepping on this and not in water.
But the grooves will allow it to drain out of the garage now. So cutting the grooves was essential. And then do you want to show them again what you used to cut the grooves in the floor?
I just used a right angle grinder with a diamond blade.
Which is electric, battery powered.
Yeah, it's electric. Boogie woogie. Anyway, it's a diamond tip blade, so it cuts through concrete easier. You can use other blades that are cheaper, but this makes it happen a lot faster. And you know, it does kick up a lot of dust, so you have to wear a mask. And I'll show you what I did in Tuesday's video with this. Well, Negative Brian did with this, and how to protect yourself.
So you said you're going to put all the big pieces down first and then you'll cut the edges?
Yeah, all these edges I'm going to cut, not in this video. I'm actually going to cut them on my table saw, so I got a nice clean edge, and which the shop is right there, so it's easy to go back and forth. But I'm going to get everything laid out and then do that. In fact, I got to start the pattern already. Okay, where's center? 3, 1, 2, 3. So
make sure you speak up, honey.
I'm talking to myself right now, but I'm trying to figure the pattern out without screwing up.
So what I see, you're laying all the big pieces, and then obviously the edge that's over here, you're not going to actually cut that until you get done with all this big middle part. Is that correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So Alex has a question or a comment. Says, hi, I'm a Model S owner and I've always wondered about the Model X's front doors. Your recent video reminded me that I was wondering how they work. Do the front doors stop for an object, or do they need you to stop them yourselves? So maybe the banana?
The front doors, not the...
Oh, the front doors?
Not the falcon doors. The front doors have sensors in them, so it won't bump into something. All the doors have sensors in them, so proximity sensors behind the metal, so it doesn't actually bump into anything. It'll come to a complete stop before it hits anything. So
what if you're standing in the way of the door and you don't get in the car, or maybe you hit the brake, but then you decide that you have to get out real quick? Is the door going to hit you?
Well, the door will stop if it hits you. I mean, it won't.
So as soon as it hits you, it stops?
Yeah. Once there's a resistance, it'll stop completely. So you won't get crushed, or your kids won't get crushed.
Great question, Alex. Does that answer it for you? He said, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I really like the Model X. It was a nice vehicle. I think it's too big for us, though. I don't know.
I just don't see us needing it for day-to-day use. I really love my S so much, I don't think I could give it up for an X. But I could definitely see if you had a small family, or maybe they're very active in sports and you had to carry stuff all the time, that would be the perfect vehicle for you.
Yeah.
It was definitely perfect to go on a long trip with because it was super comfortable. Although I sat in it and then I sat in my X, and I actually think, or my S, and I actually think the seats are a little more comfortable. But then again, that was a Generation 1 autopilot, so it had the older seats. So I don't know what, the current seats or the current style, if they're a little bit more comfortable. But I really feel like the seats in my Model S are really comfortable.
Yeah, I did like the seats better in your car. But I also like the seats in my 3, although I like the seats better in the new Model 3s with second generation seats. I wish I had those.
So it does seem like this floor goes down very easy, that anyone could really do this to their garage if they wanted to make a change.
Yeah, and this is a, this garage is, take a break. This garage is, I'm sweating already, a little warm in here. This garage is 16 feet wide by 20 feet long. So it costs, with shipping, with the 2 colors, I did get extra material just in case I break a piece, or maybe a jack stand is on there too long and it puts pressure on there. I can replace that piece because it's really nice. You can pick up any piece and replace it, or change it all up completely. I think it was like $900 for all the pieces. 320 square feet, I think I got, or maybe I got 340 square feet. I can't remember. I did get extra, but really cool material. And what I plan to do once we get our roadster, I'm going to clear out my shop back there, and the roadster is going to live back in the garage behind the glass garage doors. Let me show you. It's messy back there. It's my shop. I've been working in here, not in there, but I'm going to clean out and sell a bunch of tools in there, and that's where the roadster is going to live. So I'm gonna, once that comes out in 2021, whenever Elon gets around to making the 63 roasters he's giving away for free right now with everyone's referral code. And thank you for using our referral code, the ones that did. That helped us get 2 of them actually, which is gonna be awesome because the taxes on one roaster is 75 grand. So selling the second one will pay for the first one and the second one with the taxes. But that's where it's going to live. I'm going to continue this floor into there, so it's all one continuous floor, and it's going to look amazing. I can't wait for it.
So we have a question. I think it's Felipe Vera, has the Model 3s are finally coming to Europe. He's super excited. Do you ever plan on coming to Europe? Love from Portugal.
Portugal. I don't plan, but Karen's actually going to
Germany and Austria in June.
Yeah, she's actually been over to Europe a few times when she was in the Air Force. She was in Germany, where else were you?
I lived in Germany for 3 years, but I visited all over.
So I've never been there.
Everything within driving distance, anyway.
I've never been there. I'm not a big fan of airplanes, just because I don't mind flying. I'm 6'5", and I don't really fit too well in them. And then you have to buy first class, and it gets expensive going across the pond, as they say.
So maybe I'll see some of you in Germany.
Yeah.
Eon says, hi, I've already been in a Model X road trip in the back seat, which can recline, but never in an S or a 3, which seats don't recline. Are there major differences in the terms of back seats comfort, especially on an 800-mile road trip?
Well, that's a long drive.
So that's one of the reasons why we took the Model X, because our kids had complained that they didn't have as much room. So yes, if you have 2 children, and our kids are both over 5'9", one's 5'9", one's 5'10", then
I don't really get it from.
Yeah, then the Model X is definitely more comfortable because it can recline, and there's definitely a lot more room. And the one we took had bucket seats, so the kids were super excited about that. So, but it's not uncomfortable to ride in the Model S. I do think the Model 3, but we have the first seats, is a little less comfortable.
There's less padding.
And we've taken long road trips on all 3 cars. Yeah. The kids did like the Model X the best, though.
Yeah, we took a trip with the Model 3 over the summer to Florida. It was 1,800 miles there and back. And my son and my nephew were in the back seat, so they were younger than my daughter, but they had plenty of room back there, and they didn't complain too much. But it's pretty comfortable.
And George Hernandez says, hi, Brian and Karen.
Hi.
Hi. It's about as far as I can bend, so.
Yeah. She's doing really good though. We just have to work on her endurance, walking out there. Did you say what you had done?
No, I had a back fusion.
So she had
2 of my vertebrae fused together.
The bottom 2 vertebrae were fused together, and there was some issues, but she's recovering really well. She had the surgery on the 7th of December. And she should be going back to work soon, next week sometime.
So Andre said, I just jumped in, I missed the start. What's the name of the product you're laying down?
Swisstrax. Let me see if I can find the picture.
Born in Portugal, but lives now in the States. So thanks for watching.
The company is Swisstrax. The product is Swisstrax Smooth Eco. They're 15-inch or almost 16-inch tiles, square tiles. I will have a link down below once the live's done, and Tuesday when I come out with a video of everything completed. I'm going to have a video of everything done, and I'll have a link to the persons if you want to get these. There was, like I said, this was, it doesn't say exactly how many square feet here. This is just a shipping thing. But again, this is 16 feet wide by 20 feet long. I did get a little extra, and it was just right at $900 for all this material. And I have enough to, if I ruin a piece by cutting it, and it's just plastic, so it's easy to cut. If I ruin a piece, like it's not the end of the world. They ended up being like $3 a piece, I think, something right around there. Actually, just less than $3 a piece. So really good, but it's 100% recycled material, 100% recycled plastic, which is perfect for this.
So one more question before you get started again. George says he's going to be ordering the Model 3 pretty soon. Nice. Thinking about the charging solutions. Would you recommend installing a NEMA 1450 outlet or a Tesla wall connector? And Andre said thanks.
Just do the NEMA 1450. It's cheaper.
He's going to be charging outside too, by the way.
Oh, outside? Well, if the plug's going to be outside, that's different. If you're going to be having it outside, you're going to want that because that's waterproof. And the NEMA 1450, you'd have to have an outdoor outlet for that, and that's going to be a pain in the butt to always undo and plug in every single time. So you're going to want to spend the money on one of those. If it's in a garage, like upstairs in the other garage, we have just the NEMA 1450, and we just have the regular charger that comes with the car, and that's what we use to charge the Model S every day. That's all you need. You can start with that. Because the NEMA, the outlet's cheap. The most expensive, well, if you buy the charger, that's expensive, but the most expensive thing on the installation is the wire. So upgrade the wire if you think you're going to upgrade from the NEMA 1450 in the future. But if it's outside, I would definitely get something that's waterproof, so you don't have to deal with that plastic cover, and then you have to plug in the big adapter. It would just be a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna get back to work.
And then while you're working, I have one more question. Felipe said, have you seen Derek's video where he finds the holes and the noisemaker that will come for all electric vehicles? What are your thoughts on that?
I did see that video. That's just for the new vehicles that are coming out. So anybody, obviously, from this point forward is going to have that. I don't like that. I don't like that these cars are going to have to make noise when you're going under 18 miles an hour. I think people should really pay attention, and you should be paying attention while you're driving anyway, so you don't hit them. But I do see that there's an issue because people don't pay attention, and you do have to watch out if you're driving an EV. But that's just for the newest ones. He just got his before the end of the year, so probably a lot of you have those holes. There's just not the mechanism there for it yet. It doesn't have to be until September. So I don't think they're going to retrofit anything. I think they were just jumping ahead to have the mold made for it. So, but I don't like it. But good video. Eric makes good videos.
That was a good find too, because we hadn't heard about that yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric makes good videos, and I'd like to meet him. Eric, if you're watching, I'd like to meet him if make it to the Model Y event.
So you don't have to even push them down, you just step on them.
Pretty much, just step on them.
It's not going to break them?
No, it won't break them. I did look at another company who makes something similar. I didn't like them.
They were really slippery, weren't they?
They were as thick as this, but more rigid. They had the more curved pieces on them, and they didn't go together easy. There was a gap in between them, and I just didn't like them. They sent out some samples, some sample pieces. They did have a nice red though. I wish I could have got these in a nice red, but I like what I'm going to be doing, and to the floor here soon. But yeah, I'm just kind of laying them here, and I'm just going to walk over them so you guys don't hear all the clicking as much.
And if you missed it in the beginning, he's going to do the middle of the floor first, and then later cut the edges, and we'll probably video that and put it up a little bit for you. I don't know if you want to stick around for all that noise.
No, I'm not going to cut that, and I'm not going to have that in this video.
So George wants to know, if you don't mind, how much was the cost of installation of the wall connector? How far from your panel is it?
Well,
so being that you're the DIY guy,
yeah.
Did it cost anything?
It cost, the wire was $100. I just had to run it 50 feet. I have a sub panel in my shop, which is right next door here. And I just ran, I ran it myself and hooked it up myself. I actually had that hooked up in the garage upstairs too, and I ran that myself as well. Like I said, the most expensive thing is the wire, but if you have an electrician do it, that's going to be your most expensive thing, because electricians charge quite a bit per hour. It depends on how far they have to run it as well. So. And
if you have any other questions that you may have need a longer answer, or maybe you want more instructions, you can always email Brian at i1teslanc, that stands for North Carolina, but NC, so i1teslanc@gmail.com. So Ball Gent has a question. Did you epoxy or coat the floor with a sealant before doing this?
I did not, but the previous owner of this house did paint the floor. It's an enamel paint, so it's not. It's
pure, just concrete.
Yeah, it's not an epoxy floor. The reason I didn't go with epoxy is epoxy is slippery, and I didn't want to slip on the floor, and you still have a water issue. So this is the only thing that's going to get the water away from your feet.
Now, if you just had a plain concrete floor, would you have to put something down like paint or epoxy?
You don't have to. Epoxy you wouldn't want to do. Epoxy is expensive, but you don't have to put anything down underneath this. You can actually, this company actually sells a rug you can put down for where the car goes to absorb some of that water, but you know, I don't think that's necessary.
All Jen said makes sense.
Sounds like I'm walking on a bubble wrap.
Mm-hmm. Try to be satisfying for some people.
Yeah. Maybe I should put that in one of the tags, oddly satisfying video.
So I'm just a little bit confused on this pattern, because I thought, where's the center going to be?
This is the center.
Oh, okay.
I showed you what we're doing, didn't I?
No.
Oh.
That's okay though. Or if you did, I may have forgotten. Seem to be doing that a lot lately.
One of those times you acted like you were listening to me?
Yeah, probably. So Balgent said, I'm in, I think it's Calgary, and also have an ICE vehicle. I guess I can't put the flooring. Might have to put some kind of sealant before, right? He said there's a lot of snow.
Well, the snow is going to stick to your car, and then it's going to melt and then drop to the ground. So it's going to be water on the ground anyway. So you wouldn't have to put a sealant down. It's not like you're going to build up snow underneath this and lift it. It'll melt eventually.
And I don't know, were you on when he explained that he cut grooves in the floor so that the water could drain out?
Yeah, you probably can't see this right now, but orientation, oops, all right. I did cut a groove here with a diamond blade saw that runs that way to the garage door, just so water has a chance to run that way instead of puddling so much here. And you can't see the groove. It's gonna go right out to the garage. The nice thing about this material, you can sweep it like a broom, and the dust falls in between. And then once a year, I'm probably going to take a shop vac and kind of vacuum this up, or you can actually pull up the center piece where most of the dirt's gonna be and leaf blow this out or whatever you want to do, sweep the floor, and then put it right back down in big chunks. You don't have to take this up piece by piece. So you can kind of see, I'm gonna have 2 black lines up here, but it's not easy. I mean, it's easy to put down, but going up and down, it's hard for a tall guy.
Yeah, you're breathing.
Yeah.
So Teddy said he just joined. What type of floor are you putting down?
It's Swisstrax. You can type that to him too, but this is just Swisstrax material. This is all eco-friendly, 100% recycled material, and really good material. It's 5/8 of an inch thick. Your car can drive on it. It's not going to break anything. Really cool stuff.
I'm gonna put this.
I'll have a link in the video for all this and who to contact if you'd like to get it, because he's going to offer a deal to everyone.
Here's the information, if you can see it there. Swisstrax Corporation. Nope, I think I might have shown our address, maybe.
That's all right. I show it all the time when I'm in the car. Everyone complains. Someone's going to come to your house. Well, someone's always home. And we have guns, so.
Well, you actually invite subscribers here quite often, actually.
Yeah, I do have some friends locally that have been here.
And then someone contacted you from Florida who's going to be stopping by on the...
Yeah, I haven't emailed him back yet. He's the newest Patreon guy. He's going to be driving through here on his way back to Florida, I think, and stop and say hi. But the 2 people that I have had in the videos, actually 3 people, have been here. Joseph and Dan and Mark down the street.
And Mike?
Yeah, Mike Hoffman. He makes videos. What's his channel? EV
Network?
EV Network. He's not too far from here. Yeah, he says this floor goes down really easily.
So one says, do you think Tesla will enable somehow wireless charging for cars itself at some point?
No, wireless charging is too slow and not needed.
Has anyone tried, Chris says, has anyone tried to test the tile durability by peeling out hard on them?
No, and I know what you're trying to do, but I'm not going to do that. No, I haven't done that. There probably is a video out there of someone doing that.
Chris says, what if you just want some sweet tea? Well, I don't have any sweet tea, but I guess I could make some if you want to stop by. So let me know.
This is the South.
I always order sweet tea when I go out. Probably shouldn't.
This does go down pretty quickly.
I know, you've only been on this for 38 minutes. You've already got half the floor done, and you've been stopping and talking a lot too.
Well, the cuts are going to take a long time, so that's going to be the longest and hardest part of this.
So I'm going to snap some of these down. It's like chopping holes. It's probably very therapeutic. That sounds like they're breaking, but they're not.
Yeah, I don't think you can break those things.
Yeah, so Ross said, is stepping on them satisfying like stepping on bubble wrap? And yes, it was. And George says, is the white on the Model 3 hard to keep clean, thinking about the midnight silver?
The white's not hard because it just looks off-white when it's dirty. The midnight silver, I think, would be harder to keep clean because you'll see all that, especially in the wintertime, the salt, or after it rains, you're going to see all that debris on there.
And Teddy asked what time it was here in the USA. It's so the USA has different time zones, but here where we live in North Carolina, it is 1:14 p.m. or 13:14 if you go by military time, what we call military time. I actually use military time for everything, as you can see, because I was in the military. And also nurses, that's what we use. George says he's in California, so no salt.
Oh, well, or rain. You guys don't have rain either, so.
Well, it depends on where they live.
I guess you're good either way. I guess they have a rainy season. I guess winter is a rainy season for them.
I think, again, it just depends on where you live.
Yeah.
So Juan wants to know, are you thinking about selling your Model 3 and getting a performance?
Performance? No. I'm thinking about selling the 3 to order the Model Y when that comes out. I think the SUV is going to be a better fit for me. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but
We just got
Is it still there?
a call.
Is it still up? Okay.
Yeah.
Phone rang, but I probably won't be getting the Performance Model Y because we have the Roadster coming, and that's going to be more performance than anybody has ever. So there's no need really to get that.
And Felipe wants to know, do you own any Tesla shares?
No, I don't. Just 2 big shares of cars. Would like to buy Tesla stock, but not right now. It's been actually, Tesla is a good stock to own, I think, but it's pretty much hovered right where it's been for the last year. So thankfully I haven't bought it, and it hasn't changed too much, but I believe it will go up once the Model Y is out, the pickup truck is out, and the factory and Gigafactory 3. That's when the stock, I think, is going to go skyrocket, and that's when we will buy some.
So George wants to know, are you excited to fly your Roadster?
You know, I'm not going to get the SpaceX package on ours, but I'll give this call out to people. We are getting 2, and I am going to sell the second one, so if someone wants the second one with the SpaceX package, I'll order it that way, and we'll come to an agreement before I actually order it. But it's 50 grand for the SpaceX package. That would be awesome, but we plan on traveling a lot with that car, and with the SpaceX package, you get, you lose the back seat, which really isn't the back seat, but you're going to lose the storage back there. That's what we'd use it for. And you have a 10,000 PSI tank back there. That sounds pretty scary. As much fun as it would be to go even faster than what the regular car's going to go, I don't think it's going to be needed for road trips. So, but if someone wants it, I'll order it and you buy it from me, and we can do a video on it, hover the car. Mm-hmm. We can dress up as Back to the Future people. I'll be Doc, he was the tall one.
Chris said you can jump the Grand Canyon.
I don't know. I don't know how long 10,000 PSI goes when you're lifting a thing's going to be. The car's, even though it's all carbon fiber, it's still got to be 5,000 pounds with a 200 kilowatt battery pack. That seems insane to me. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a camera. This is going faster than I thought.
It's going very fast.
Maybe I'll fill in over there instead of continuing this.
So it's 6 o'clock in the evening in Ireland.
Oh, wow. It's almost tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's why we have more people, because it's evening there. We're here, it's lunchtime, and people aren't jumping on.
Yeah.
Which we knew that, but we had to get this done, so.
Yeah, it's gonna snow this weekend, and it's gonna start raining, I think, tomorrow. And I didn't want the car to be out that long outside and be in the rain and then have all the water in here. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this. But yeah, this will go up after the video, after the live. It'll still be on there. Although not too many people are gonna watch a really long video of this, but. I am amazed how fast this goes down, how easy it is.
Teddy's recommendation, I told him I always wanted to go to Ireland. It's just one place I wanted to go, and he said, don't go to North Ireland, go to Dublin. It's a good recommendation.
I've heard Dublin's really nice.
And George says, do you guys have a power wall? And I know that answer. No, we do not, but we have one coming, correct? Didn't we?
Yeah, we want a power wall, and on the app, where it keeps track of what you've won. That will show up. It says 2019, which probably means December 2019. So who knows when? But yeah, we have one coming. We'll probably buy a couple or buy one more because there's no point in having just one. It's a decent sized house, so you kind of need a little bit more power.
And so DK Dennis asked, did you ever see a Tesla semi on the road? And no, we haven't yet. Have you, Brian?
No, I've looked. I've been trying to keep track of them for a while. Back when everyone was finding them, I was looking. I think the closest one was in Louisiana, and that's really not that close.
Hi, Greg. I see your comment. He said, looks like Karen's doing a really good job supervising.
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
So Greg's Facebook friends with us, and I think we met Greg, didn't we?
Yeah,
I'm sure we did.
I met Greg at the supercharger.
Mm-hmm. So glad you're on, Greg.
Although she hasn't got me that sweet tea she was talking about.
Denny says, Brian, what's your options of stock brakes on a 3, and did you upgrade your brakes?
I have not upgraded the brakes. You know, most of the braking is done regenerative braking, but if you're going to do some performance driving, you do need to upgrade the brakes, and I'm actually talking with a company that I might be showing you guys some stuff sometime soon.
And then one says, a father of 6 little kids, I hope to buy a cheap used Model X75 at some point that Tesla discounted the battery pack and take them to school since he cannot fit them now in his Leaf. A lot of people we know have Leafs.
6 kids? Holy crap, that's a lot of kids. Can you fit all 6? You can't fit all 6 in the car.
So it only has 5. It has 5-seater, right?
They do have the S the older S's where you can have the bucket the jump seat in the back, so you can fit
the X's
back with the S.
Oh.
What does he say? S or X?
X.
Oh, X. Oh, yeah. You can get stuff in that. Yeah, you'll be able to find, like we took on vacation, you'll be able to find a first generation autopilot fairly cheap, because all Teslas, all Model X's have autopilot. There's none that don't have autopilot. The hardware anyway.
You can always add it if it doesn't. But I haven't seen one yet that doesn't.
Well, no, I mean, they all have the hardware. It's just either version 1 or version 2. That's when it came out.
Mm-hmm. So I think we're almost, are you going to continue to go that way and move the boxes so you can keep filming, or?
We can end this and I'll finish it up, and that way, because all these boxes are in the way. But let me show you what I got so far.
Joe wants that we might have missed some quotes, the cost per square foot for the smooth variant you bought.
This is, I forget the exact square foot or the exact cost per foot, but this is 16 feet by 20 feet. I did buy extra material, so I have a little bit extra, but this was just at $900. I did get it at the end of the year, but really nice material. It's not slippery at all. Your shoes don't squeak on it, but it's not slippery. I haven't put water on it yet to see if that makes it slippery, but it shouldn't be. It's got a nice texture to it, and kind of trippy on the camera how it's all kind of moving. But you can see it clicks together. I wasn't clicking at all as I was going. I'm going to walk over this and push it all down. But I was able to, I'm going to do all the cuts afterwards. Is it laggy? Heard some, okay. I'm going to do all these cuts afterwards, and I'm just laying all the big stuff down right now. But I'm going to finish all this area, and then going into the shop area, I just have a little bit in there. And just want to give you an idea of what it's like. As you pull in, the tires will be on the black, of course, and that's the garage. You see how well it matches? I am probably going to put a rubber shoe molding or a rubber baseboard down that glues to the wall just to tie everything together. I'll think about that, maybe a black rubber molding. Maybe, but that'll be later on. We live with this and deal with this right now and enjoy this. This goes down really easily. It didn't take very long at all. I was talking through most of it, and you should get this stuff. I'll have a link in the description to call. I think the guy's name is Jacob. I should have looked at it, but I'll have a link in the description when this video is done to call him at Swisstrax, and he can hook you up with the same deal I got. So thanks for watching. I'll have a video out on Tuesday about like a polished video out on Tuesday of the whole garage when it's all done. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.